Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica. It's a new year, which means it's a new release for our monthly sew along and stitch alongs. If you're new to my channel, over the last few years, we've done monthly stitch and sew alongs with a variety of different themes. Our first one was our truck of the months. Those were probably my most popular. I love those little trucks, and we did both a quilty and stitchy version. The second year, we did house of the months. Those were a lot of fun. I particularly loved the stitchy houses. They were so cute, and they were a little bit more detailed, but still really fast and good for beginners. Last year, we did the pillow of the month, which was a lot of fun, and I showed you a variety of different ways to finish those pillows. And this year, I thought it would be fun to do table toppers. Now, that's going to be a little bit different for our stitchy version, so I'll talk about that in a minute. But for the quilty version, we're going to be making monthly table toppers. They are all going to finish at approximately 20 inches by 20 inches. So if you would like them to be pillows, you could easily turn them into pillows. But I've got a ton of pillows now. I've got a ton of wall hangings. I thought a table topper would be really cute for my kitchen table, and then we can swap it out each month with the seasons. And then for the stitchy version, I'm going to do something a little bit different, but I'll talk about that in a minute. So let's go ahead and take a look at the January table topper. So for January, I wanted to do something snowy because it's cold here. So I did this cute snowflake looking star, and then I surrounded it by adorable pinwheels. Now this is a lot of pinwheels, and you might be thinking, wow, that's going to take forever to sew. But we're actually making the pinwheels on the outer border 8 at a time. We make the inside pinwheels 4 at a time. So they go really fast. The only thing that probably takes the most time is all of the trimming, because I have them in my pattern as oversized so that you can trim them down so they're perfect every time. And there are instructions in the pattern for all of that as well. But here's what it's looking like. I am not going to be doing full tutorials for these because we're doing the Sew With Me series this month. But if you've done any of my patterns, they all have written instructions plus step-by-step graphic illustrations. Super easy to follow, and I do my best to try and keep these pretty beginner friendly. So pinwheels are a great way to work on your points and just making sure everything lines up. So I think this will be a good challenge for you guys this year, hopefully. And if you're an experienced sewer, then hopefully you just have fun doing it. Now, one of my tips for doing all of these pinwheels and making sure that they line up is, number one, either pre-starch or Mary Ellen's Best Press your fabric. I have a whole video here on how to starch and a whole video on how to do Mary Ellen's Best Press. I personally used Mary Ellen's Best Press on this because I am working with scraps. So the fabrics that you see in this are all from my Believe collection that I released in November. It is sold out now, so I do apologize. And then the backing fabric, this is from my first collection, Bloom, and then this is from my Harvest collection, which released just before fall last year. So I mixed and matched, dove into my scrap bins, had a lot of fun coming up, and you could do this in any color you want. Instead of the green, I was thinking that it would be really cool with a dark blue as well. That would make it really wintry, but I went ahead and went with the green. And then, of course, I put my little label. This is my last label, so I need to go ahead and get some more. These labels are from Ever Emblem. She has a website. I will link it below. And she has a variety of different kind. She has some you can sew in. They all have heat on the back, so you can press them on and then just stitch around the edges. And then I just got these ones that are like the little fold tabs. And I like those for these smaller projects because they're not overly huge, but they're a great way to label your projects. And then for the quilting on this one, I did a cute meander. I honestly was thinking about doing snowflakes or something more intricate, but because there are so many pinwheels and so many seams, I thought a meander would actually be better. It wouldn't overpower the fabric. And then also when you're meandering, it's really easy to work your way around all of these seams and just skip those seams. So when I was doing my best to kind of come around this seam and do something and then around this seam, so you're not sewing over all of those thicker seams. The other thing that I did on these is I suggest you press all of your pieces open. Now, I was feeling a little bit lazy. I didn't press them open. I pressed all of my pinwheels towards the darker fabric. That made sure they all nested, and then when I put the pinwheels together, I spun the seams. And I have a link on how to spin the seams. I'll put that in the description box below this as well. It was in one of our Sew With Me blocks, and I show you how to spin your seams. Whenever you have 4 coming together like this, it can get really bulky. So if you press all towards these blues and then you spin your seams when you sew all 4 of these blocks together, it makes that center point really nice and flat. So that's an alternative to pressing open if you don't feel like pressing all your seams open. But there were a lot of seams in this, so I think pressing open is probably the easier way to go. Again, this finishes at 20 by 20, so if you wanted, you could easily make it into a pillow using the tutorials from last year's pillow sew-alongs. So this is the quilty version. And then for the stitchy version, I actually have not had time to start it yet, so I'm gonna pop up a picture of what it's gonna look like here. We're gonna do something a little bit different this year for the stitchy version. So instead of doing them in individual pieces, I'm actually gonna do a whole cloth version this year. I haven't done that yet. I always finish mine individually, but we're gonna do a whole cloth version. So I have a cute border outline that is gonna be releasing today along with block number 1. And so I'm gonna get that border stitched, and then I'll go through and stitch block number 1, and then as every month comes, I can just go in and pop in the next block into those open spaces. So that's what we're going to be doing for our stitchy version this year. If you wanted, you could finish these individually and just put that outer border, just do one of those square outer borders and put your block inside it and then finish it off and then do the same thing for the following month. But I thought it would be fun to do a whole cloth since I haven't done that yet. For the fabric, I have a bunch of this platinum Charles Craft 14 count 8 up in platinum colorway left over from our stitch along for Christmas spools. And I really love this color, so I'm actually just gonna be using my leftover fabric. I have enough left over in here to be able to do the whole cloth version. I'm also gonna reuse the floss from that as well because we have all that floss, we have that fabric, and I don't want it to go to waste. Those colors look great together, so I think they'll be perfect for this year's stitch along. When you get to the download for the border, there's actually gonna be several flosses listed that are not shown in that border. That's because I want you guys to go ahead and plan ahead. We're gonna be using those flosses throughout the year, so you can go grab all the flosses at one time instead of trying to get them individually each month. So hopefully that doesn't confuse you, but there will be a little pack of flosses. It's not a lot. And we're gonna have a variety of different colors, and then you can just pull from those flosses as they're called for. So I think it's gonna be a lot of fun this year. I'm looking forward to stitching along. I haven't started mine yet because Vlogmas was just crazy, took up all my time, and then when January hit, it was like, hit the ground running. So I will be stitching along this year's sew along with you guys. So I'll be getting that done. I'll share my borders in the next video, and then we'll stitch along together as the year progresses. Don't forget, we have January sticker packs. I am not redoing the sticker packs this year, but they are still in stock. So if you missed any of the stickers, you can go back and grab those. I won't be releasing new monthly stickers like we did last year because those sticker packs were really cute. I don't want to mess with them. They're still available in my shop. So if you missed any of those, you can still get those, and we'll just keep restocking those as we need. So I think that's it for our January 2025 table topper sew along. I believe I'm just calling this the 2025 toppers, and that's just a little bit easier and faster to say. So if somebody's referring to the toppers, that's what we're talking about this year. Don't forget to join us in our Sew With Me group on Facebook. Everybody's sharing their Sew With Me progress, and hopefully your topper progress will be in there as well. And we can see what everyone is making. I love seeing all of your projects as well. That's going to be it for today's video. You can get the PDFs for both of the patterns in the description box below this video. You can also head over to my store at store.confessionsofahomeschooler.com and just type in toppers, and you should be able to get any of the patterns that have been released. I will also try and make sure to put those on the homepage. Every month we release a new topper. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, and you can also hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any upcoming fun. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today, and I will see you in the next video. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica. It is a new month, which means it's a new year, which means it's a new... Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica. It is release day for our January Quilty and Stitchy month